So What Do They Know is another great tool by the MySociety team. You can use it to make a Freedom of Information request, or FOI, to over 15,000 public authorities, whether it's the Treasury, the Department of Transport, or your own local authority or clinical commissioning group. And by the same law that allows you to do so, they have to respond. The response will either contain the information you ask for, or they have to give a valid legal reason why it can't be provided. And there are three basic steps. The first is you choose the public authority you would like information from. You then write a brief note describing what you want to know. And the third step is done by What Do They Know. They send your request to the public authority, and any response received is automatically published on the website for you and anyone else to find and read. So I click the Start Now button. I key in my local authority. And as I start to do so, you will see a list of search results coming through. And in fact it's Camden Borough Council. So I click on that. And on the right hand side here you've got the button Make a Request to this authority. But before I do so, it's sometimes worth just scrolling down to see what other Freedom of Information requests have been sent to this authority, and you'll notice that in some cases you've got a little icon here, awaiting response, information not held, giving some indication of what's going on. And in fact there are a lot of requests waiting for response. Here we have a successful one, a green tick box indicating that that request was answered. Anyway, back to the top, click on Make a Request to this authority, and you just start to complete this form. Give a summary header of what you want. Say for instance it's outsourcing to private contractors, so I might put in use of private contractors. Now as I do so, again more search results come up, but these are for any local authority. For instance, there's a request here: how many of your staff have also got family working in the council and they're registered building companies? That's to Wandsworth Borough Council. Procurement of contractors and construction services, that's to Liverpool Primary Care Trust. So it just brings related search results up, but it could be for any authority in England. If I continue down, here we have the letter which I want to complete. So you just very briefly and clearly type in your response here. Type in what you want to know, and then when you've done that, click the preview your public request to check that you're happy with what you're going to send. Make sure it's signed. Don't give your address, you don't need to, but you do need to give your own name. Otherwise, if they get the sense that this is under a pseudonym or a different name, they can refuse the right to respond to you. So please give your true name, your full name. That's all you need to give. Now there's a couple of other things you can do here which are really useful. The first is that you can view requests. In other words, you can search the archive for requests and responses received from public bodies. So for instance, if I put in hate crime, supposing that's something I'm concerned with, click the search button, and it says 495 FOI requests found. Not all of them may be relevant. You'd actually have to click on some of these to be sure that you've got something that you really want to use. If I click on disability awareness training, I can go to the top and look at the letter written, as well as the response with attachments, which I can click and open up. And if I'm really interested, I can follow this by clicking the follow button, and when you do that you need to put in your email address so that they can get in touch with you when new responses arrive.